Welcome to my 24th Flosstube. My name is Hanneke and I use this channel to share my cross stitching with you, and I often share a bit about my travels or the things that I have done over the past weeks. So if you're new here, you're very welcome. If you are recurring, then you are also very welcome, and I'm very happy to see you back. I am back with a regular Flosstube. So last week I posted a Stitch With Me video, and I wasn't sure about it, but I did it anyway. And I'm quite overwhelmed with the responses I received. The comment section was so kind. A lot of people seemed to really like it. They enjoyed having someone to stitch with, and I was moved by the comments that I received. So thank you very much. And I think I will do another video like that every once in a while. It probably won't be as regular as my normal Flosstubes. But I did enjoy the process. I did enjoy the connection. It's a very different connection with the community. And so I thought I will do another one. But when, we'll see. We'll see. To be honest, filming a Stitch With Me is a lot easier than filming a regular Flosstube. So I can just sit down and stitch. There's not much editing that needs doing, whereas a video like today requires a lot more editing. So yeah, I have a fully finish. I have 3 new starts. Then I have a lot of progress on my whips. I have stories to share about a visit to the Vrijdemaborg with my mum and my sister, and I found something stitchy there that's very, very nice. And well, several stitchy things actually. So I will do that at the end of the video because I know not all of you are here to watch that. So I will first show my progress and everything, and then after that I will share my adventures. First, my cup, because I always show a cup, and today it is a cup that I've only just bought. I have just returned back from a short shopping session because I live very near by the city centre. So I just popped in really, and I went to that shop that I often go to buy Royal Albert cups. And today they had this one, which is one that I have been looking at often on Etsy and on eBay. It's not there very often, and usually it's quite expensive when it is. But this one wasn't, and it's very, very pretty. It is Dimitri Rose by Royal Albert. And this is the cup, which is just very pretty. It has completely gold trim in tiny, tiny flowers and leaves. It's just very, very pretty. And beautiful little roses. So yeah, love it. Very happy with that. So that's my teacup today. Right, let's start with a fully finish. I got back to stitching an art mini by NikkiPattern, and I know quite a lot of you who have watched my Flosstubes before enjoy her work, and some of you have started some of her work. And I have finished Grand Canal, by Monet. And this is the finished piece. Now I frame it with the glass, so I can't get rid of that reflection there. But this is absolutely lovely and very, very pretty. Yeah, the glare is a shame, but it's just a lovely pattern. It's obviously a painting from Monet, and then 50 by 60 stitches. And as always, as I was going, I wasn't sure, but then now it's finished and it's framed and it's just absolutely lovely. This is a frame from Action from a long time ago. I bought a whole stack. So there we are. And I will stitch another art mini. I've been gifted 100 art minis by NikkiPattern, which is just lovely. And I will stitch more of these because they are just so pretty. And I have all of them sort of together on a shelf, and it just looks lovely. And the colors are always so fun because this is not a color scheme I would necessarily choose myself. And I have that with all the art minis. They are often quite complex color combinations that's not something you would pick just like that. But it comes out so pretty. This almost looks like there's actual light on it. It's just stunning. And so tiny. So it's, it's a quick stitch really. There is a bit of, it's not confetti really, but there are a lot of colors in it. So you do have to do color changes. And I stitched this on a 16 count. So that's my fully finish. Very happy with that. And now on to the next one, which I think will also be a Monet, and it will be also water and some sailboats, because I thought that was very pretty too. So I actually bought that one. It's not in my pack of 100. Right, new starts. I have 3 new starts because I don't have enough stitching yet, so I decided I needed more. I don't know why I started these. I just thought they were fun, and I just wanted to start them. The first one is one I started this morning, actually, because I decided I wanted to put some fall in my house, some autumn. And I have quite a lot of little pillows that I have made for Christmas, stitchy pillows, but I haven't got any autumn ones. And I thought, wouldn't it be lovely to make a few pillows of autumn? So I found a cute little pattern that has, and I will put it on the screen, that has little sections in it. So I will not stitch this as a whole piece because I don't like the middle necessarily. I don't like the, is it a scarecrow? Is that what it's called? In the middle? I wouldn't stitch that. But I do like the sort of wagon with the pumpkins. I like just the pumpkins at the bottom of the scarecrow. I'm gonna go with it. If it's wrong, I'm sorry. And I like the little thing at the right of the pattern as well. So I will probably stitch 3 different little pillows. So I thought that would be nice. And I have started stitching, and you will see, normally I stitch quite methodically, whereas now I have stitched with the colors that I had in stash this morning at 6 o'clock. So I've just stitched the colors that I had, and I have just got all the other colors, but this is a start. And it's so cute already. It's cute. It's easy stitching, really. It does have a lot of colors in it, so it's quite detailed, and it looks relatively like a Shannon Christine color shading, so it does have a little bit of that. And I'm stitching it on Dirty Ada 18 count. And like I said, I will make it into a little pillow. And so this morning I went and got fabrics. I'm not sure. I think I will go with the bottom one because it is absolutely perfect for this little. It has bright oranges and green. It'll just be perfect, really. So I was so happy when I found this one. And then I have a regular brown, which is also nice because it has a lovely little pattern on it. And then I have a green with a little bit of orange, but not much. That'll also be lovely. So like I said, I'll make 3 little pillows and maybe a few more because I love autumn. Is autumn British English or is autumn American English? Never know. Autumn or fall? Yeah, I love having little pillows sort of scattered around the house. So I will make a few more of those. And the colors of autumn are just so warm and nice. And they really suit this apartment. This apartment, I moved in here in February, so I've never had an autumn here. And so it's the first time for me decorating with a green wall behind me, and I'm loving it. So this will be lovely. This will just fit in with that color scheme. So it's very nice. So happy I started this. And I'll probably finish this weekend because this is a quick stitch. Won't take that long. And then I'll make a little pillow out of it. That's my first start. And for those of you who still remember my lilacs are up there, aren't they pretty? Still love it. I saw another Flosstube starting it. Oh, this is Abaresque by Jan Hicks, and I've never stitched anything by Jan Hicks before. She has very different pieces, so she has a style that sort of can go in very, very different directions. But when I saw this piece, I thought that is stunning. That's just beautiful. And I've also never stitched an alphabet before. And I know that's weird because a lot of pieces, sorry, I was distracted by a boat going past. A lot of pieces have alphabets in it, but I don't normally stitch those. I don't stitch primitive samplers. But I liked this alphabet, and I thought, why not? So I'll stitch an alphabet. I am not going for white. I have decided to go for, is it Nuga? Could well be. It is, and I think it's 18 count or not. Is it 20 count? It's 20 count and 1 strand of floss. And I am stitching it with 814. And I think she suggests 498 DMC. And they are very close to one another. But I like 814 and I decided to go with that. And I love stitching this. I had great fun. And I look forward to stitching the rest. It is easy stitching. It's very relaxing. I think it will be stunning when it's finished. So yeah, very happy I started this, even though it's not a pattern I stitch often. I'm not sure about the circle that we have sort of here, because that sort of sticks out of the rest of the pattern. And I have considered leaving that out, leaving the circle out and filling it with other motifs. Or the other idea is to stitch the circle and then the borders that go up to stitch more of those so that it becomes more of a straight line rather than the circle being half out of the rest of the pattern. So I'll see how I fix that. That's the only bit I'm not sure about on this pattern. We'll see. But I'm loving this new start, and I've done quite a lot of it already. It stitches away very, very easily because obviously there's one color. So that's just easy. And it's 1 strand, which I like. I like that. So yes, very happy indeed. It's good coverage on my 20 count. Happy with that. So yes, beautiful piece by Jan Hicks. My last new start is a piece by Forest Owl Embroidery. Owl Forest, I still don't know. I think when I was doing my stitch with me, I said it wrong as well. I think it's Owl Forest Embroidery. We'll go with that. And this is End of Summer, and I will put it on the screen, and this is quite a big one. Now, I am not sure, because I'm using the flosses that I was gifted by one of the viewers, which was very kind. And I am not sure whether I will have enough floss for the whole piece. So I am not sure. I might take out a few rows, and I might take out the row with the sort of the berries hanging. So I might take that one out. That might save me some floss. I'm stitching it on 20 count ivory with one strand, so I can use all the floss with one strand. And this is my start. So I'm picking and choosing the colors from the colors I was gifted, and it's from Color and Cotton, I think. And it's beautiful floss. I love this floss. It is my absolute favorite from all the hand-dyed flosses I have now. This is so stunning to work with. They are solid, and yet when you're stitching with it, you can see the changes in the strand. So I've made a good start with it. I think this is about 1,000 stitches, and I am loving this piece. And like I said, there is sort of the berries are sort of hanging here, so I have to make a decision now whether I will be stitching that or not. But I might take that out. Yeah. And I'll just add a row of, I think they have a row of butterflies there. And that'll be lovely. I could also order more floss if I'm out, to be honest. So it's, you know, but this is stunning. Absolutely stunning. And again, I love the 20 count. I love the coverage of this floss. I think it's beautiful. And I have two of each. So I have two colors of the pinkish, two blue ones, two green ones, and two brown ones. So I've used two of the brown ones. I'm using two of the green ones. And the blue you can see in the square. So the outer square is dark blue, and then in the inside there's some light blue stitches. And I'm using both of the pinkish as well. But yeah, I'm loving this. It does mean I have to pick the colors as I go along, and that's always a bit scary. But this will be stunning. Very different from the pattern, mind you, because that's a very different color scheme. But I will love this, and I will enjoy it. So I'll think about whether I will just go for the whole thing, and then I'll just have to order more floss at some point, or whether I will take that row out. Now we move into my whips. And I think I have about 10 whips, 10, 11, something like that. I've done quite a lot of stitching. And the first one I'm going to show you is Rood trifft Schwarz, which is red meets black. It's by UB Design. I was stitching this during my Stitch With Me, and some of you have asked me what is the name of it. Well, the name of it is it's German Rood trifft Schwarz, and the designer is UB Design. And I'm pretty sure I bought this from a shop in Germany, and they send it as a paper pattern to me. I don't know if they have this in PDF. I don't know. So I'm getting there. I have done it's a candle stand, very big one, and then there's a little green candle on top. And I'm working on the stripy background. And that, I was getting a bit bored with that, so I left the rest for the coming weeks. And then there's only one more to go. One more with quite a lot of red and flowers in. And then it'll be finished. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, I love it. I love it. And it's so fun to stitch, and it's quick as well. It's quite a quick stitch to work on. And I might be finished next time, or it might take one more Flosstube. We'll see. I do smell the finish line. So it's a thing, isn't it? Where you think, oh, I'll just, just finish it now. It's stunning, and I've worked on it quite a lot and quite steady over the past months. I think each month I've shown some progress on this piece. So it's never been put away for long, and that says something, doesn't it? It's been lovely to stitch. Yeah, beautiful. I'm stitching this on a 16 count, and all of it is DMC floss as suggested. So I haven't changed anything about this one because there is no need. I did say during my stitch with me that this is not really a color scheme that I love, and yet I love this piece. And then later on I thought, why don't I stitch this with other colors? You know, you can still keep the black and the beige, but you can swap the red for dark purple or something. That'll be nice too. It'd be nice to have this in two colors and then see what the difference is in how it comes across. Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful piece. You can see the shading of red. So often the red, this has 4 colors in, 4 colors of red. So you can sort of see the gradient quite nicely. So I'll finish that background. It's not much anyway. But at some point, you have done enough beige. Right, next one is InkCircles. And I keep forgetting the name of this. No, I don't remember. I'm stitching this with 121, I think, DMC. And it is beautiful. I don't really... Oh, it's looking very different on the screen, I have to say. Very dark on the screen, whereas in real life it's beautifully bright. That's a shame, it's not coming across at all. Does it matter on the color? On the light? No. It's a bit better, but still way too dark. Anyway, I'm exactly at 50% now. 50.0%. And this is only 73 by 73. I am not sure yet whether this will be a regular pillow or whether this will be a biscuit nu, and I will find a similar one, 73 by 73, because InkCircles has at least 2 more of that size. So I might make it into a biscuit nu at the end. But it's so pretty. Yeah, it's a lovely little stitch, and so it's 1 strand only because it is a thread that has all these beautiful colors of blue in it. And I don't plan where I go, I just stitch it, and it comes out beautifully. Very happy with this. It is a 20 count, so it does come out very small, but I like that. I don't mind that at all. I think it's very cute. Happy with this stitch. It is an easy one to grab. It is one of those in the mornings when I don't want to do a lot, when I only have half an hour. This is absolutely perfect. Let me just hydrate for a second. Then my Majestic Moon deer. Now this one, I had it out, I think yesterday. I haven't ironed it. I tried to iron this a little less because this is Weeks Dye Works and I have no idea how that responds to a lot of ironing. I know DMC is absolutely fine, but this is Weeks Dye Works. And we don't want to ruin this one because this one is absolutely stunning. So look at that, my deer is getting there. I have done that side of the antlers and these beautiful little purple thingies, whatever they are. And I'm not finished yet with the antlers. I have about this to go over here. So I am nearing the end of the deer. And I think that would mean I'm halfway. And I think this is stunning. Just stunning. This is, once I start stitching this, I don't know how to put it away. It's so, so pretty. This is stitched on 20 count Avery. ivory, sorry, and this is stitched with Weeks Dye Works floss. And if you are interested in my colors, leave me a comment, because I'm not sure from the top of my head, but I'm most happy to share. Those antlers are so delicate. And then the little stars. And the deer has two colors in it, so a yellowish and a brownish color. And then those purple thingies hanging from the antlers. It's just beautiful. I did make an error on this side of the pattern. Sort of here, I made an error. I missed a row. And I decided to make the same error on the other side, because it is a mirroring one to the other. So I decided to keep the mirroring and make the mistake on both sides. And I don't think you can see much of it. I don't think it's a problem. Yeah, I love this piece. I can't wait also to get to the birds. There's birds up here, and that moon thingy in the middle here. Oh, that'll be so stunning there. Yeah, this piece is beautiful. And I will frame this, and I've also already decided it might look nice over there on that pillar. So, yeah. And it's not nearly finished. It'll probably take another year. But I am loving this. Mind you, if I would really go for this, and I would, you know, stitch on this as a focus piece, I think it could be finished in, I don't know, 4 months, something like that. Because it isn't a lot of stitching. There's quite a lot of empty space everywhere. And especially with my other pieces, like the black and red piece, that's full coverage. This feels like you're sort of flying through it. Yeah, stunning. Absolutely stunning. Oh, sorry. Love this. And my little needle miner was a gift from Margaret, and I think it fits so nicely with this piece. Love it. Then I stitched quite a bit on my Petit carre. Petit carre is by LinPulsion, and she is on Etsy. And this piece is charted for red and blue. And I decided to go with a very different color scheme, brown and pinks. And again, if you are interested in my colors, just leave me a comment and I will reply to that. I usually reply about a week later to the comments. So I post a video normally on Saturday, and then not the day after, but the Sunday after that, I will go through all the comments. I do read them immediately usually, but I do that in between of doing stuff. So on a Sunday, I sit down and I go through all the comments and I respond. So this is also moving along beautifully. Now I have continued the border to halfway up here. And I've said it before, this border is one of the prettiest borders I've ever stitched. I think it's beautiful. And then I stitched, I think, those two and that one. So I stitched 3 squares. And I think this is beautiful. It's not difficult stitching. It's quite relaxing. It's also a piece that is easy to put away when you need to do other things, because you can do a square and then put it away. Yeah, I'm moving to 75%. 3 more squares and I'm at 75%. Love it. Love it. Each little square is different. I pick and choose the colors as I think they sort of fit with. I try to have a relatively equal balance between the dark brown, the light pink, and the darker pink. So I use 3 colors for all these squares. And then I have a multicolor thread of exactly the same colors on the outside. And I think this one as well. So this line here. And this is stitched on an 18 count. And I think it's regular white or it's off-white. It's probably off-white. It's DMC. And I like DMC Ada. I think it's very nice. And that border is just lovely. Lovely. Usually when I have to do borders, you know, it's something I have to do. But with this one, I'm quite happy stitching on the border. It's just beautiful. And it's very big. Very big indeed. But I love it. No idea what to do with it when it's finished. But that's okay, I don't mind. Yeah, stunning. Stunning. So I've shown you quite a few pieces now of that I've started quite a while ago and that I've been stitching on for quite a long time. But yeah, I've loved every stitch so far. Then this is 48 squares or 48 tiles, I'm not sure. And this is by AtelierTiphanie, and that is also on Etsy. And it is stitched on exactly the same fabric as my LinPulsion, Petit carre. So this is also just little squares. And again, I've chosen a different color than the color scheme on the picture that you've just seen. So that was red, and I have gone for green. And I think this is 732 DMC. And then for the little red little squares in the middle everywhere is, I think, 777. And I am starting to love this. I loved it when I started, but yeah, it's coming along very, very nicely. These are also all different, and they are all very symmetrical. So when I need order in my head, this is the perfect piece to stitch, because this is just orderly. There is just yeah, an order to it, and it's very pretty. It's heavy stitching, quite heavy. It's not full coverage, but some of them almost are, like that last one on the bottom there is quite heavy going. I think there's a few lighter ones coming up now, because I will work my way up again. Love this. Love this. Again, very different from other pieces that I'm stitching. I like to mix it up, and this is a very different piece again. But very nice. Perfect for trains. So if you're traveling a lot, a piece like this is very, very easy to take along. And if you don't have room or anything to look at the pattern, that's fine, because you can just stitch all the squares and then you can do the middle bit later. But you can just stitch the straight lines everywhere. This one also has a border. It's not the nicest border to stitch, but it's fine. It doesn't take long. It's very basic. But it suits the pattern, isn't it? It suits the pattern very well. So yes, happy with this one. I'm looking forward to continuing this and watching it grow, because that's the best part, isn't it? Right, then I have, again on 18 count Ada, I think I bought a very, very big piece then, and I used it up on several big pieces. This is Wildflowers by Marjolein, Bastin and Lanarte. And this is also moving along, has stains on it, but that's okay. It's only a little bit. This is moving along nicely. So I've been working on the other side. Usually I work sort of like this, but I figured I wanted to stitch this, so I did. I stitched that leaf and those sort of bluish flowers. This is a stunning piece. And this is one of those, it's with all the pieces I guess, but the further you get, the nicer it becomes. 18 count, 2 strands on the middle flower bouquet, and then 1 strand on the border flowers. And I only have the top border to do, so that's also getting there. And this is stunning. The colors on this are just lovely to work with, but it's very summery. It's a summery bouquet. So I don't know if I'll be stitching on this a lot for the coming months, because I might leave it for when we're back at summer again. We'll see. I also have a more autumny bouquet, so I might want to focus on that a bit more. But it is very, very pretty, this one. Very, very pretty. A stunning way of using all those greens. Yeah, very summery bouquet. Happy with that piece. And we'll see once it comes out again. Then my landmarks. Those of you who are relatively new here, I stitch landmarks. This is my teeny weeny cross stitch, I think, on Etsy, sorry. And there are 60 in the pack. And I'm going to stitch, well, the idea is still to stitch 56 of them on one piece of fabric. And these little ones are 45 by 39 stitches. And last time we spoke, I said the fabric was a bit grimy and I was not sure whether I could wash it. And some of you said I wouldn't wash it. And then someone sent me an email saying, there is a Flosstube from, I think her name is Jean, but I might be wrong. I'm terrible with names. And it was Flosstube number 12. I know that. And I think she's a teacher of needlecraft. And she talked about washing your pieces whilst you're still stitching it. And she did a small tutorial about how she washes it, which is very gentle. And basically you put it in water and you sort of move it around a little bit and that's it. That's all you do. And I did exactly that because this fabric was annoying me. And it turned out beautifully. And the fabric feels so much better now. I can really feel that all the oils from my hands are gone. And I am much happier now with the fabric. And I had another piece, which was a winter piece that I haven't stitched on it for a long time because it had a stain in it. And I thought, why don't I try to wash that one as well? And I did, and the stain is gone. So I will stitch on that again soon because it's a wintry piece. So it's, due to come out. Right. I have stitched yet another one. And this was a dark one. There's a few dark ones in the pack. And I will scatter them around here and there. So the first one is now stitched up. Is the Bund in China, I think. And it was lovely to stitch. Lovely colors. I really enjoyed it. Did it quite quickly as well. And the one next to it will be a lighthouse in Canada. And I forgot the name of the lighthouse, but it's a lighthouse in Canada. And I'm loving this piece. It's a lovely thing to work on. I'm happy with the fabric again, so that helps. So I will continue, and I hope to do all 56 on this piece of fabric. And it'll be massive. It'll be very, very big. And I do find, because of the tension, obviously, on the fabric where it has been stitched, the whole fabric is out of line. Oh, I've got several needles lying here. Oh, I've got about 5 needles on this one. There's no need for that. So there you go. This will be the whole piece in the end. I think I thought about doing 7 rows and then 8 columns. Looking at it like this is even better, isn't it? Looking at it from afar makes it even better than looking at it from up close. Because up close you can sort of see the big blocks and everything, but like this it's stunning. But as you can see, I have plenty of stitching left to do. I think I have 22 of the squares done now. So I'm not even nearly halfway. Yeah, it'll take forever, but it is very, very pretty. And I'm enjoying it. So I know there's quite a lot of you who say you like this. I'm not sure what to do with all these needles. Ridiculous. I'll pop some of them back in my little sewing box. I haven't started the other side yet. I wanted to do it, I think about 4 days ago in the morning, but it was still dark outside and I couldn't see the colors properly. So I haven't started the other side yet. But yeah, we'll get there. The next one is an autumn piece, and I am in love with this piece. This is by Crocette à Gogo, and that's on Etsy. Well, I get it on Etsy anyway. And they have this piece in summer, winter, spring, autumn, and I think they also have a 4th of July one. They have, I think, a Halloween one and a Christmassy one. So plenty of choice, but I went with the autumn one first. I've done a lot on this. And I am loving it. Look how cute. How cute is this? And there's so much going on. That's the fun of it. This will also be a massive piece, by the way, in the end. But it's a lot of stitching. This is very stitch heavy. So I've stitched on this several days to get all of this done. Because I did all the pumpkins. I did half of this and most of this. And then at the top of here, I did all of that. So it's quite a lot of stitching. But it's stunning. Just stunning. So autumny. And this reminds me very much of Gilmore Girls. I know there are proper Gilmore Girls pieces. But it's just the way this is sort of framed. So it reminds me of that. Because you could find this in a town like that, basically. Yeah, it's absolutely lovely. And the colors are just beautiful. I think I've used all the colors except for the purple. There's also purple in there. So that will show up at some point. And at the moment, I'm not sure whether I will stitch like that and then the rows going up, or whether I will do the bottom row and then start here again and stitch to the right. I don't know yet. It'd probably be nicer to stitch like that. It just means that because I'm holding my fabric, I might have to hold the stitched section, and I don't really want to do that. So it'd probably be better to stitch up like that. Lovely, lovely piece. But like I said, it's a lot of stitching. So this is a piece that you need to give it proper time. I've got 2 more pieces to show you. This one is Pastoral, and this is my birthday start. And again, it looks like it's dirty. It's not. This is just a little bit of dust. This is Pastoral. This is beautiful. It is, I think it's a very old pattern that they have, it's not restoring, a reproduction sampler. And it is on Etsy as well. And I have stitched the first, this is the top of it. So this is the height. So it's not that tall at all, but it is very long. So yeah, plenty of stitching left to do. But this is beautiful. It does require a lot of color changes. But even so, it still stitches quite quickly. And it has lovely, lovely colors in. It's very bright. It's stitched on an 18 count with 2 strands of floss, and it's all DMC. And it has beautiful bright colors in. I love that. So I've done quite a bit on this one. And I was thinking about adding, because I'm 38, so I thought I would just very small somewhere add my age. And then if I do a birthday piece every year, it'll be nice, wouldn't it? So I might do that. Just very small, have a 38 somewhere. Very, very cute and pretty. Yeah, enjoy this stitch, very nice. And then my last one is my landscape by NikkiPattern. I love her landscapes. I finished one for my sister and I'm now stitching one for me. And this is 100 by 100. So it's not that big. And as you can see, I am working my way up. Quite a lot of black in this section so far. And I look forward to getting to the green a bit more. But it is a lovely stitch. It's a quick stitch as well. It is one of those pieces that before you know it, you've done 500 stitches. So it's easy. It's stitched on 16 count, this one. And it will fit very nicely into a hoop. Because I did that for my sister as well, and it fits very nicely. So yeah, I like this piece. It'll be stunning, but the depth still needs to come into it, so we still have a lot of scenery to go here. So yeah, I look forward to that. But the flowers are already very nice here. Lovely little piece. Enjoying that. So that's all my stitching, and I think that's quite a bit. Now we're not finished yet, but if you don't want to hear any stories, then you are welcome to finish this video here, and I thank you very much for watching. But if you would like to hear where I've been to and what I have seen, and I've taken pictures, and I've purchased something that I will show you. So my mum and my sister and I were in Groningen together, and we went to the Vrijdemaborg, and that is is it an estate house? So it's from, I have no idea when it dates from. It's an old house, and it's you can still view the inside, which is mostly as it was before. So there's a beautiful library, there is a sitting room, there's a bedroom, all those kinds of things, and it's stunning, absolutely beautiful. Especially the library was really, really pretty. And then they had a brocante in the gardens of the fancy house, basically. And we all went together, and my mum and I both bought a biscuit tin, a very old English one. So we were very happy with that. And then when we were about to leave, I found this. So this is a vintage, what would this be called? It's a set for brushing your hair. It has a mirror in, and it has, I think, something to dust off the little pieces of white or whatever you have, hair, whatever you have on your clothing. And I think this is hand stitched, and it's absolutely stunning. I think it is with a half stitch, all of it. because this is tiny, very, very tiny. And I will show you this. How stunning is that? It has a beautiful handle. And it's just beautiful. And it's in very good condition, because I have seen similar ones here and there, but they usually look very old and very dirty. And this is in a stunning condition. I think it is, again, I think it's hand stitched. It looks like it is. And it's beautiful. So that's the first one. And then this is the little brush for your clothes. Again, hand stitched, I think. Very, very pretty. And in very good condition. You can see a little bit of discoloring there. But that's it. That's the only thing I could find that doesn't seem... Let's see if you see it better like this. Yeah. It's very, very pretty. And then this is the mirror, which is beautiful. It's a gorgeous pattern, isn't it? I'd love to stitch this with full stitches. Maybe I should just do that and use this as a pattern. Because I think, yeah, it's all half stitches. You can see it's all half stitches. I don't know if you can see anything. There is a sort of a plasticky stuff covering it, and that is giving a little bit of reflection. But this is beautiful. Someone has taken a lot of time to stitch this. And because it is in so good, in great condition, really, I've never seen a piece in such good condition. And only 17 euros. Not 70, 17. So that's just nothing for the whole set. And this is beautiful. I think that the reflection is now sort of okay. Isn't that pretty? So I bought that at the brocante. And then we went inside, and as usual in those houses, there is some cross stitch. I'm sorry, the camera is moving a little bit. And I found several pieces that were absolutely stunning. So there was a couch that I want to show you pictures of, because it was the prettiest couch I've ever seen. And it's probably not called a couch, it's a sofa or whatever. But it's stunning. It was completely stitched. The back was stitched, the arm bits were stitched, and wherever you sit on was stitched with beautiful flowers. And I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. I have contacted the Vrijlemaborg, and they will get back to me and ask them whether this is an actual pattern, whether that still exists. And if it isn't, I'm quite happy to make it into a pattern, because this is just beautiful. I'd love to stitch it myself. I'd love to have a sofa like that, to be honest. But I guess I'll just have to stitch the pieces first. So yeah, I've suggested I'm happy to make it into a pattern for them. So they'll come back to me on that. But I just wanted to show you this gorgeous sofa, because it's stunning. And the colors are beautiful. She did say in her email, it was recently restored. So I don't know whether that means it's been completely newly stitched or something else. So I'm sure she'll tell me at some point when she comes back to me. And there were other pieces as well. There were little, maybe they were foot benches or something like that. But it was a gorgeous, gorgeous sofa. That sofa really, if I could have bought that for 17 euros, I would have done that. I would have taken it with me in the train. I don't mind, because it was just so stunning. So yeah, that was my adventure at the Vrijmarborg, and it was a lovely day out. We had a lovely day out. The brocante was very nice. The estate house was beautiful inside, and we did have some tea there, and in the evening we went to dinner, and my dad joined us as well, which was lovely. So we had a good old day out, and that was very nice. So that concludes this Flosstube. And I thank you all again very much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any comments or any things you would like to say to me, then you can use the comment section or you can send me an email. My email is always in my description box. If you want to know which patterns I've been stitching on, I do have a list in my description box of all the patterns I have shown you. But feel free to ask if you want to. And I think that's that. So thank you very much. And I will see you again. Again, I don't know if it will be a regular Flosstube again or whether it will be a stitch with me. But I will see you again.